Hello everybody, welcome back. We're playing one of my old favorites with some new cards from the new expansion, Heart of the Huntress. Scouts, Misfortune Quinn Scouts has always been one of my favorite decks. We were talking about this on stream yesterday. I think it's a fascinating mid-range deck with lots of decision making and lots of agency, rather than kind of just relying on big stats go boom. And the new set gave us a card in Scrutinizing Sergeant that I was actually very excited to try out. It was one I saw experimenting in Nico decks, but there haven't really been any fantastic Nico decks to come out so far, and I was excited to give Scouts a try. It was the first deck I ever hit Masters with. Obviously, Scouts is a Demacia deck that's not quite as reliant on going big, and instead wants to go wide, and then get buffs from the Misfortunes attack, the Scout attacks, even a Champion's Strength in the end of the game. So Scrutinizing Sergeant is a 5-drop with 3/3 stat line. Play, pick a unit from the top 5 cards of your deck. Any unit, so it could be your champions too, like Misfortune. Pick a unit from the top 5 cards of your deck that costs 3 or less, summon it, and place the rest into your deck. So this could also be 3 units in one if you hit Mirai Warden. Pretty interesting card there. You can tutor up a Vanguard Sergeant to get a 4 Demacia, which is also the reason I'm running 2 Champion Strength. We are running the full 3 copies of Vanguard Sergeant. I saw some other deck lists running 5 Punch Pablo in the Vanguard Sergeant spot, and you could experiment with that, especially obviously with Misfortune. But I feel like there are too many Bandle City decks running around where I don't want to play my 3-drop and have it just die to a Pytos. Otherwise, we're kind of just running the Demacia units in the early game, like Petricite Broadwing, Fleet Feather Tracker, and Blocking Badger Bear that have been around for quite a while. Those are all pretty fine to get tutored up with Scrutinizing Sergeant. In the late game, the most popular deck list for Scouts ran 3, or like the highest win rate, I suppose it was, ran 3 copies of Champion's Strength and 3 copies of Scrutinizing Sergeant. I caught one of both in order to slot in 2 copies of Genevieve. I think it's just a really nice card that can help provide some extra challenge utility, whereas the 3rd copy of Scrutinizing Sergeant seems a little redundant. And yeah, so I'm excited to give this one a try. It's been a while since I played it. I'm curious to see how it does in the new meta. Lots of Shurima running around, obviously, with Nidalee, so we'll see if it's any good. And I want to test some other Demacia decks, because it's not a region that gets much play at the moment. So I want, like, Aatrox Quinn Vayne, I hear, is doing really well. Mess with some of those. Ooh, Vhagar Naxos is probably not a fantastic matchup for us. Jarvan Shen's doing alright. That could be a fun one to test out. Bard Garen. Alright, let's see here. I don't think any of these are very good. I'll keep a Vanguard Sergeant, not a Misfortune. Because Misfortune we're not going to want to attack with because it makes her vulnerable to like an unboosted Darkness and Soul Harvest already. So I feel like she kind of just dies on sight. We're not going to get much value out of her. At least with Vanguard Sergeant, we get the 4 Demacia on the Enter the Battlefield effect. Like, this is a fine curve. I'll play Shell Shocker. I want to be able to go into turn 4 with the extra mana in case we draw a Chain Vest, or if we end up spending our mana, like 3 mana, and keep up that 2 mana for a form up. I'd be shocked if our opponent doesn't take this block. No reason not to, especially when we might play Misfortune later on. I feel like Quinn's a pretty decent card in this matchup. She dies to Soul Harvest though. I don't know. Yeah, this is feeling awkward. Our Petricite Broadwing could die to Quietus if they have it, or Soul Harvest. Our champions are both weak to Soul Harvest. I think I just Slam Misfortune here and force them to keep spending removal rather than developing a board. What is that? Is this a Vault of Helia deck? I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Interesting. Mirai Warden, that's interesting. I'll probably play Mirai Warden, or no, I guess we could pass. Next turn we'll go into it with... So we won't have enough for... Okay, I'll just end the round. We get Fleet Feather Tracker on board to help pull up some of these small dudes. Oh, interesting. Well, that's fine, because Quinn can just use Valor to get cease the sentry down.
The sights are fine. The smells, on the other hand.
And Vengeance isn't good for them either.
Still heart, steady aim. Mwah.
I think I'm just going to throw away my 2-1. Keep Broadwing nice and healthy. Plus they're dead if they don't do anything. Okay, that was really weird. Our opponent didn't have Hate Spike, Soul Harvest, Quietus, Vengeance. They literally just didn't interact with our board the entire game. We'll take the dub, but I don't know if that was a very fair representation of the matchup. What is this? Always appreciate a good brew. Ken and Jinx. I'm very curious what this is. I kind of like this curve, to be honest. But Fleet Feather Tracker is a little weak to a pie toss. That's interesting. I don't think I ever pass though. I think I play the unit. I'm going to take this damage because now they can't play Kennen unless they have Kennen plus the pie toss. Yeah, like right here I'm just going to pass. We want to develop the board more than them. I don't want them to be able to stick a Kennen for free afterwards. And killing this doesn't matter when we know we can get after it next turn with Misfortune on board. So my plan here, I think I'm just going to go Badger Bear into Shell Shocker, Misfortune, keep up Chain Vest. Because they might try to get excited our Misfortune. This hopefully shuts down their attack too. But I probably will trade if they attack with Squeaker, since we can't kill it for free with the Challenger unit anyway. Like the Misfortune ping kills off Yordle Squire, right? Yeah, like Sauna Urchin doesn't matter for us. I don't know how worried we need to be about the burn, but I am kind of interesting. Very interesting, huh? I think I'll do this. I don't think this is particularly important. If they use like a Mystic Shot on this next turn, instead of setting our Misfortune, you know, I think it works out alright. Like right now they could kill that, but okay. Ooh. Wow, that's really good. We could go Misfortune. Like, I'm still going to go Misfortune Chain Vest this turn, but make a rain to pick off even more of their units in the future seems pretty good. Or set up things like Augmented Clock Link, set it to 1 HP so our challengers can kill it for free. Pretty nice.
I'm one of the good guys.
Reducing this cost by 1, they could still have hit a Mystic Shot. Alright, I'll go like this. I guess I'll sacrifice my tracker. Since this guy has 2 HP, it's a little harder for them to kill. And then get in like this. Alright, I'm very happy with that. Now, Quinn's fantastic if that's all we have to do next turn. I'd love to find a Champion's Strength or like a Florida Demacia. We're in a pretty good spot here. Our opponent's just so far behind on board. I know you can threaten Kennen very easily. We play our Misfortune. We're looking all right. I don't think they'd ever run something like Caustic Riff. Ooh. What did they just discard? And then I think I just play Quinn to use our mana efficiently. Because we can always just replay Misfortune next turn if we need to. Yo! What's up, Auntie? Thanks for the raid. Hey, Max. Haas, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Everybody's tuning in. Thanks, guys. How was your stream, Auntie? What were you playing? League, sadly.
Stalling, huh?
All right, GG.
We're safe for now.
That seems like a very good matchup for us. We have so many challengers, which is always kind of a challenge for Kennen decks. Plus, all the 1 HP units were very weak to our Misfortune attacks, and those Mega Rains would have come in clutch too. Are we just playing aggro? It's Scouts. It's more like a mid-range deck, I'd say. We rely on a lot of big turns. We can do things like Florida Demacia, Champion's Strength. Yo, Max, thanks for the sub. First ever, dude. I appreciate it. I think I only keep one drop here. We have a lot of good turn 2 units like Mirai Warden and stuff that I'd rather hit. And worst comes to worst, we can just play Badger Bear on 3 to give it Challenger. You know I gotta. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to somehow make a Poro King viable, but Evelyn Kale makes it horrible. Or Aurelian Dragons. Yeah, honestly, I think Aurelian Dragons decks sound really cool. I don't know how particularly effective they'll be in the current meta, but if you find a good deck for it, you have to let me know. I definitely love to try it out sometime. This is always my problem with... I think I can let this go. 2 damage doesn't particularly matter. I don't want to be reckless with my health. But I think we might be able to force a better trade with this next turn. Worst comes to worst, Fleet Feather Tracker is just another unit that can threaten Fizz more easily. You know, I saw, I think it was Grandpa Roji playing Poro Shadow Isles, because one of the things I've been talking about is it just feels like there is no interaction for Poro decks, and a lot of times if your opponent just hits the better draw. Do we get in here? We don't actually keep any of our dudes alive. But I also don't want them to keep a big board. Because I think if we chip down their board now, I think I'll go like this to guarantee we kill the unit with Fleet Feather Tracker. If they have a Pale Cascade, keep this guy alive. I think that's fine. Because this guy might die later on to a ping from Bilgewater anyway. Alright. I don't think I use Chain Vest here. Because I know we have Mirai Ward in hand and 2 other cheap units, I'm pretty okay with clearing the board because I know I can rebuild if we hit something like Champion Strength. But yeah, like next turn, Broadwing into Mirai Ward is just such an efficient way to rebuild our board. Into Misfortune, not bad. I'll just play Broadwing Mirai Ward in this turn and keep up Chain Vest in case they somehow try to kill our Broadwing. Auntie, I've been trying to climb in League, and I've been doing really well with my mid lately. I'm a mid main, but I have like over my past 25 games like a 30% win rate on bot. Yeah, it's tough. I'll develop.
With a little help,
I think they're in more trouble if we push the pace on the board here. I don't know what I'm scared of them developing into here. Bot's becoming tougher and tougher. Yeah. I don't know what to play in the current. Oh, wow. That's a heavy investment for our 2-drop. Just to protect Fizz. I'm pretty happy with that. That's a really, really, like, slow play for them.
nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
Hey, Patty Poro. Is there any way for us to get him to Empowered 3? I guess from our, like, Champion Strength and everything. I'm really close to just going to a mental asylum. Yeah, I think I just need to figure out a new role to play as my secondary. I haven't touched a League outside of the arena game mode on PvE in weeks. Yeah, Max, tomorrow is my Friday. Tomorrow is like my first night off, and then I have Tuesday, Wednesday off, so I want to play some of that TV2. If you don't mind. Obviously, yeah, I feel a sense of freedom. Oh, it's a Husk deck. That makes sense.
Looking for trouble? It found you.
Oh, that guy's chunky, huh? It has 4 health. Oh my gosh. We're in trouble, huh? Oof. And regen? That's actually really annoying. Do we just end the round? That feels really awkward. That one little unit, man, that changed the entire outlook of that turn. Not bad. I don't think I should attack with Misfortune here. They only have 1 mana, though. Maybe I take the risk. I'll take the gamble. Either they take some damage, or I'll take the gamble. If you, I can try. My ping is really bad on PvE. Oh, gotcha. If you feel like you're losing your mind, you should make them lose their minds. That's how you climb. Just the psychological warfare. I tried PvE and it was 200 ping. Game mode was fun though, but I'd rather wait the live release. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm happy we at least stuck 1 Misfortune attack. I'm a little spooked that this guy's just gonna get too big for us to deal with. I'd really like to find a Champion Strength soon. Even like a Genevieve would be pretty decent. But we're not, I don't think either of us are doing much. We're both just playing a bunch of cheap creatures. As long as they don't have any Haymakers in hand, maybe we can just stall this out long enough. Try to get Misfortune's level up going. I already get like unsteady 80 ping on normal servers when I'm home for the summer. That being said, Arena is super fun and actually makes me want to play League. Yeah. I haven't watched too much gameplay on it, but it looks super fun. Ah, interesting.
Over here.
I don't think I can take this much damage. We're gonna have to block with something. And I don't think I care about losing 2 units here. It's a little annoying. But I think going down to 9 is a little weak. Because we can still hit Vanguard Sergeant or Genevieve, Champion Strength off the top, and we'd be looking alright. All I saw was that tank meta seems to dominate it. Ooh, interesting. Max, you know that makes me wanna play Leandries. Every excuse I get. I've been trying not to as much lately. Okay, well now we have 2 units that can actually attack into this clerk. And I'll attack with Misfortune too now that we have Form Up and Chain Vest. I really just need to apply the pressure. If we wait too long, I don't know what they're playing. Is Zolani Targon? I don't know. I don't want them to play the Zolani card. Any scout unit is also very good here to get Misfortune flipped on our next attack. I've seen people saying on Twitter that Zac is very broken. Heck yeah, dude. Let's go. Ori Zac 2v2. I love it. We'd crush him.
Justice be swift.
I kind of like that sound effect of when you apply buffs like that. Like Kale sound almost. But I think I heard the other day when Kale was, when I was playing against Lurk, and they hit Lurk, they had that weird Kale sound effect rather than the Lurk effect. It was weird. Okay, we're so far ahead on board. We just don't have anything going on in hand. I don't really know what else we can do here, other than just hope we hit a good top deck. And hope our opponent doesn't. Solani's either Targon or Shurima. Yeah, right. I'm actually not sure off the top of my head. I feel like it's... Let me look this up. I was just watching Trickster Sari earlier today, and he was playing a deck that used Solani. It was Targon. Bilgewater Targon. Okay. But that wasn't Evelyn... Oh, jeepers. There she is. So I think we kind of just die next turn. Unless we, like, top deck Champion Strength. If they have, like, another unit or 2, we have no interaction. Wait, no, because she only does her fancy effect once she hits 16 power. Okay, so she's super, super far away from actually doing anything. Yep, I'll just take this. Okay. I'll throw away my Pouty Poro. Keep us at 4 HP. Not a second fizz. Oh no. Oh. That's not good. I don't know. I can't feel too bad about this game. Our hand just did nothing. What were our last few draws? We drew like Form Up, like Chain Vest into Form Up into Shell Shocker type draw. Not fantastic. We had a Badger Bear in there somewhere, but we definitely missed out on our top end. Champion Strength off the top probably doesn't win us the game, but they'd be forced to lose their board. Quinn could actually be really good. Ah, come on. That's so brutal. We just did not hit any of our top end. Okay, GG. I'm not going to take too much away from that game, like negative for the deck.
Now we plan on revenge.
Oh, you know what? That's what we're missing. I have Nagaboros. That's another really good card I've liked in Scouts decks in the past. That could be an interesting one instead of the Scrutinizing Sergeant in the 5-mana slot. But like we win that game in several other ways. If we had our 4-mana Scout unit earlier to level up Misfortune, I think that game could have easily been a win. Because our opponent's deck was super slow. They just beat us because they had the Overwhelm unit. Oh, heck yeah, dude. The Dragons deck? Let's go. I don't think Chain Vest is usable in this matchup, really. I'll pitch that one. And Champion Strength, obviously, not keeping the opener. Alright, if we hit Mirai Warden, or... Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, our curve is nasty. Let's see what our opponent can do to stop us. This is like the dream curve for units. I am curious if they're running Avalanche. We could go pass, play Misfortune, keep up a form up. I don't think that does much though. I think I'll just take my Mirai Warden. So now this is the tricky part. If we play Misfortune, we run into Avalanche pretty hard, or do we just take our 5 damage? Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to just do this. 5 damage is a pretty significant chunk of health. And then it saves mana, so that next turn we can play... Ooh, okay, so like right now, I kind of just want to go into Navigator next turn, plus Quinn the following turn, keep up form up. Well, I guess now I don't really care about Avalanche, because I know we'll have at least 3 units that survive. Or 2 units, I guess, that survive through Avalanche. But right here, I didn't want to develop into Avalanche, because then only Misfortune gets to attack. That's also really good. Okay, we literally got... Okay. Turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Our opponent's under a lot of pressure here. No! That's brutal. 7 mana. I think we're good to just slam here. We have 2 challengers. We also kind of have to just get on board if they have a way better late game than us. Alright, that's a lot of damage. I don't know if our opponent's playing any healing. I'd imagine they're playing Star Shaping. The Avalanche is rough. Yeah, I don't know. I figure at this point we have enough of our high-end cards that we can kind of work through an Avalanche. We have so many units in our deck that help us develop again. I'm only worried about Buried in Ice. Interesting. I think we just wait on the open attack, right? Especially with form up in hand. They'd have to have multiple freezes and then form up can help get us across the finish line. I just don't want to run into Buried in Ice. But I guess at that point we can just... We have so many in hand. If we... No, because we could only play Genevieve or Quinn, right? So then if they Buried in Ice, we don't have any units on board. Alright, GG. That's kind of the Scouts' game plan against control decks. We just never let them really set up. We didn't give them any time off. Our curve was nasty though. Like we literally went turn 1 through 6, had a threatening unit. Kill Evelyn. I'm not confident this matchup's gonna go well. But it's the most played deck on the ladder, so if it doesn't go well, maybe Scouts isn't worth the pick. I kept a Duran Sculptor and Mirai Warden because turn 2 Duran Sculptor into turn 3 1-drop plus Mirai Warden is really good. And we run, I think, 6 1-drops.
Plenty of fire to go around.
I sculpt what others
I'm happy to take this block. Now they can't block into Misfortune very easily.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
We could set up a Fort Demacia next turn.
Are nothing. Worthless. Don't waste.
I don't want to attack here. It'll just put Misfortune in a range of Hate Spike. Especially, like I said, when we can set up a Fort Demacia. Although I don't know if that's the play. Maybe I just go Broadwing,
I should stamp you out like the
Broadwing Island Navigator.
Impress me.
Or I could go Island Navigator Sergeant. Let's try that one.
Dangerous water.
Oh, that's funny. The Omen Hawk triggers the units while we stealing off the Scrutinizing Sergeant. Yeah, this does not feel good.
Justice light my way.
I'm gonna have to sacrifice my Misfortune here for sure. None of our units can even attack. How'd they hit triple tough? Yeah, that's insane, Max. That's actually wild. Oh my goodness. Now we can't really do much until we get a Fort Demacia going. Interesting. So I might just go Broadwing #1 to try to kill this domination.
With a little help, I made you fly.
Into 5/6 Badger Bear. I'm going to develop. I think we have a really threatening attack next turn, even if they take trades in here somewhere.
Take a load off.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't waste my time.
All these husks are so nasty.
You must have heard the screaming. Oh,
We can set up a Scrutinizing Sergeant next turn and bank 2 mana.
see what's beneath while I see what.
We'll need 9 mana the following turn though. So maybe Sergeant isn't the play. I'll just go
Scream for me.
Vanguard Sergeant. That doesn't seem incredible.
Yes, I bite.
We could just go... Wait, no, it'll be turn 7 next turn. So if we bank 2 mana, we can get out of this. Okay.
I've come a long way from a flying stone bird.
That should be good. Again, it's their 5 mana best removal spell on our 3 mana unit. Obviously, with Fort Demacia coming, we'd like a nice big board. But Petricite Broadwing... Or no, oopsies, I was trying to save 9 mana for Champion Strength, not 6 mana for Fort Demacia. So we can actually develop a little bit more here. But our board's already kind of full. I'll probably just play Mirai Warden. Because any interaction they have besides Sunburst is fast speed. And this gets us 2 huge units on board. This is obviously, like, if they do have a Sunburst onto our Broadwing. Oh my goodness.
My domain steam. Leave.
Nah, think I'll stay.
What do we do?
Impress me.
Okay, never mind. I thought Steam would be way more powerful than that. I will just slam my Fort Demacia here. Hate Spike can't get our Broadwing. What? Oh, dang. What the actual heck?
You're almost there.
Oh. Oh, interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, now our attack looks kind of meh. Because if they block with Evelyn,
Shut up and scream.
they can't block her with on our other units.
That was hot.
Now they lose.
Where's my hammer?
any unit they block with. And I can attack with the Owen Hawk, because they just get the free block on the Steam, I think. And I'd rather just have him as a chump blocker next turn. Oh man. That was
Scream for me.
uncautious.
My time.
That makes me think they have... Oh no, because they have like quick attack vulnerable. Yeah, we're in trouble. We can rebuild and just go for another 4 Demacia play next turn. Oh, okay. I see the problem. That was awkward. Their deck, I think, just got out to a faster start when we were forced to chump block with our Misfortune. And then maybe I was a little too quick to pull the trigger in the late game. Like maybe we should have... I mean, because for Demacia, even if we opened with 4 Demacia instead of developing Mirai Warden, they had that Evelyn's Last Caress that would have stopped our Broadwing. I guess we get the rematch. We can see how it goes. This looks like an entire mulligan. What do we want to do? I think Duran Sculptor is probably a little bit too slow of a 2-drop. Like, we'd rather go the Mirai Warden or Petrosite Broadwing route. But, for example, Broadwing, or excuse me, Duran Sculptor makes our Misfortune and Broadwing stay out of
Every work demands a piece of ourselves.
hate spike range.
Where's my hammer?
Oh my gosh, Max, that's actually so funny. Next to like your little name badge and stuff, it says like first for being the first subscriber. I think that's funny.
You are.
How do I do this? I don't think second Sculptor is incredible. I really want to get our Broadwing online. Like Duran Sculptor into Island Navigator is not all that impressive, I don't think. Because it'll be like a 2/6, but the 2 power just doesn't do much when you don't have a Misfortune on board or a 4 Demacia. So I think I'll probably go Broadwing into Navigator. Look at me, kind of a game changer. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, if I knew I was going to draw another one, that'd be kind of funny. Nagakaburu's guide us. She sounds so defeated. Like, that doesn't sound very encouraging. Yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
You must have heard the screaming. I'm starting to get jealous.
Okay, decisions to make. We could go after the Husk and just try to stop their development next turn. Because that's always a problem with their deck, right? The more Husks they hit, everyone just keeps getting leveled up. And I don't have any incentive to attack with the Island Navigator right now. Like, they'll both just die to Evelyn. And without a Misfortune or Quinn on board that we're trying to level, I think I'm just going to try to kill the Husk here. Because Evelyn's nowhere near leveled. I think we might just be able to slow them down here. Triple Duran Sculptor. Hand, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, what do we even do? Do we go? We can't develop them anymore. I actually kind of need to chump block with something, huh? So we can get Quinn on board. So if I thought about that, I could have attacked with just like one of them. Oh wait, I'm so stupid. I forgot she'd summon a Husk around it no matter what. Okay, that was silly then. That didn't do much. That was an oopsies.
Another leader desperate to lose control. Nothing new.
I'll play Quinn,
Nothing gets between me and my mark.
chump block with this 2/2, and then get Genevieve down next turn. That seems good. Ah, really elusive. That's kind of brutal. Well, now I can chump block with 2 things. If they let me. Oh, never mind. They just have 12 elusive damage. Are there any decks actually rivaling Evelyn Kill right now? I'm not sure. Let's check the stats. Standard stats. Evelyn Kale has a 40% win rate against Annie Jin, 44% win rate against Peg Rek'Sai, 46 against Jinx Samira. It looks like Fizz Samira, like all those aggro decks seem to be doing really well against it. I think I just slam Genevieve here. And Durant Sculptor seems a little redundant at this point. We can probably overwrite her.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Ah, dang.
Heavens aflame, gods burning in starfire.
She's still a 5/4.
Time to read.
I can get in here. And I think I just keep Quinn back. Make it difficult for them to kill her and eventually try to level Quinn. Alright, I'm pretty happy for that to go through. Now what?
Where's your lively better half, love?
Waiting on a meal, ma'am. Best get to it.
Like this. I don't know. This seems like we're in a tough spot. Their Evelyn just gets so big so fast. If we had a form up, we could try to fight the battle there with like a form up block. I don't want to attack with Quinn because I know they're going to get a challenger unit next turn.
Gotta survey the battlefield.
I guess I could have tried to kill Domination there as well instead of the Blinded Mystic, since the Blinded Mystic doesn't provide much. I don't know if I want to throw out Valor here, because he'll just be a 2/1. And like he can't kill anything important except the trade with the Desperate Husk. Dang it. That card seems unbeatable in decks like ours. Alright, you got us, opponent. This is turn 7.
Harder. Okay.
Dang. That is not bad. If they get off Siren Song, it just seems doomed. Yeah. Yeah. It's so tough because all those husks, it just makes their units so big that it's very hard for us to steal those efficient trades that we're really trying to capitalize on. Majin was dominating pretty handily with this list, I think. Yeah, I saw him doing pretty well with it too. It's a good list. It does some pretty cool things. It's exciting that Evelyn finally has a good deck. I don't particularly care for Evelyn as a champion, but she's struggled. So I guess she can have her moment in the spotlight for now. I'm pitching Vanguard Sergeant because we have better 3-drops. And For Demacia and Champion Strength don't seem incredible into a deck that has Deny. So I'd rather go for like a more... Oof. Those are pretty much 2 dead draws. The second one might resolve, but I'd rather have like Misfortune Quinn. Oh, Max, can you use the emotes? Or no, they might be pending approval. I tried setting up some new emotes, but I think they're pending approval at the moment. I'll just try to get our big stats on board. I don't want to run into a Caustic Riff. I also would rather keep the units that go wide for later in the game so that these guys don't die for when we try to rip a champion's strength. Obviously, it's kind of like Aftershock hits Broadwing very easily, but Caustic Rift would kill all 3 of our units potentially. But Badger Bear seems difficult for them to deal with. Emotes aren't here yet for me? Gotcha. Well, I kind of have to take this trade, try to clear their board. If they don't block, like...
I like
This thing might die to the Fleet Feather Tracker plus Misfortune attack later on, so I think they're probably correct to block here. Alright, I'll send you the previews in Discord for the emotes, Max. I think they're kind of funny.
Remember, we're the ones who make progress happen.
Yo. Alright. Quinn off the top or Misfortune. Either would be decent. That is not decent. Our entire board gets so decimated right now by Caustic Riff. Okay, well, 2 spells makes me think it's not a Caustic Riff, so we might actually get something. Oh, interesting. I'll try to fight this. I want to use the removal up before we get champions down, or champion strength. Okay. They just used 3 cards in that turn. But our hand's kind of dead now. Like, this is why I didn't want these 2 champion strength in our opener. Like, these are the last cards I want to draw in this matchup, essentially. The good news is we're still pretty far away from turn 10. So if we hit something here... Okay, that was pretty good. Island Navigator sets us up pretty nice here. Now we could go Genevieve to try to kill Karma. That seems pretty reasonable. She dies to Hexploderator, stuns. Or we could just try to go with the champion strength too. I'll play Shell Shocker, I suppose, first, kind of as like my bluff. They're almost never tapping out of Deny this turn.
I'm the boss. That's all there is to it.
Okay. What if we just try to kill both their champions? I don't think they can deal with Genevieve going after Set and my Fleet Feather Tracker going after Karma. I think I attack with this guy.
You're gonna need a doctor.
I'm pretty happy to trade with the Tail of the Dragon here, because they do have some recalls in their deck. So getting rid of that is nice, so they can't redouble it with Karma. And then now we can attack with everything.
This'll be a good warm-up.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to try to rip the first champion strength immediately. We just don't have much else to do. But getting this champion strength off forces out a deny potentially. Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's actually a little annoying. Yeah, they have barrier. Well, now what do we do? And leveled Set. Dang it, okay. Well, in that case, does a rally kill them? If we go champion strength, we get +4/+4. So we deal 6, 5. If they have a 3 mana unit, like a Pit Professional, we at least get the positive trade. But we have to throw away one of our units for free. Jeepers, this is awkward. I don't know. I think we have to gamble here. I don't think we're winning the game if this goes any longer. Because they'll have Deny for the following turns. Set's going to level up soon. And they're almost enlightened. I kind of just want to take the gamble here. Like, at least they can't kill our units back.
You're gonna need a doctor.
I don't know. Our hand was a little meh, to be honest, but they also just have good answers to our stuff. I just think we would have had a much better chance if those two champion strengths were our champions earlier on.
Ionia speaks through me.
Disaster. Yep, yeah, definitely disaster. I just feel like that always happens with Karma set. It's not even like that obnoxious of a deck at the moment. Its win rate is pretty reasonable. But man, it just feels like I never sneak out those wins. Okay. Very close matchup again. I don't know. I don't know if I should take that as a negative against the deck necessarily. Or if it was just like I missed probably a few percentage points here and there. Because it felt close. It felt really close. It was just the timing of those draws needed to work out a little bit better. Alright, what was the other Demacia decks I wanted to try out here? We could give Jarvan Shen a game, see how that goes. Jarvan Shen beats up on Evelyn Kale. Oh, never mind. It's only like a 50.2% win rate. So it's slightly ahead. I don't want to play Misfortune here on turn 3. Format doesn't do anything to protect her against Disintegrate. Caitlyn Teemo has a 53% win rate. I'll pass. We have Valor to try to go after both Annie and Daring Demolisher. I keep wanting to say Demolitioner. We're taking 1 extra damage, but my goal is to force them to use removal here rather than on our champs.
I'm one of the good guys.
Okay. We go into this following turn to play Quinn and form up. That's about the best we could hope for to keep up against them. Like I said, we just don't have the proper interaction for things like Disintegrate.
The sights are fine. The smells, on the other hand.
I think I'll play form up here. Form up lets us get after 2 units for free. And I don't think they can kill Misfortune now. It'll be difficult for them to kill Misfortune now. Okay, I think that's fine. I want to kill Annie right away. I don't think it matters at this point when they only have 1 mana left, but I definitely do not want them to get Tivers.
Love ya. Fresh out of mercy.
What if I do this? I think that's more valuable. Nice, okay. Clean board. Almost all of our units are damaged though, so a Lord Broadmane could be pretty brutal. Or a Swain and having second Swain in hand. That's not good. I'll probably play Scrutinizing Sergeant here. We could just go Badger Bear. Oh no, we already have a Fort Demacia in hand. So yeah, I'll just go Sergeant here. Ooh, wait a second. Oh, you can get double champions. That's so funny. I never thought of that. For some reason, I figured it'd be kind of like, oh, that's hilarious. Like the old Hourglass trick, the Shurima Hourglass, where you can get double champions by copying it with Talia. That's actually hilarious. I can't believe this gets a unit, not just followers. That's actually hilarious. Okay, I like that. So now this misfortune might level this turn.
Still heart, steady aim.
This will deal 2 damage to both blockers. So this doesn't even kill our Valor. Okay, I was before our opponent surrendered, I was just gonna say maybe we should rip a Fort Demacia, but that runs into Pirouette, and so I don't know if I'd want to do that. But that was a pretty nasty game. I was expecting that to be a tough matchup, but we had a pretty good draw. All right, let's see for the final game or two. I want to try this Shen Jarvan list. I miss Shen Jarvan. Shen Fiora is my favorite. I like Fiora decks. But we'll try the Jarvan Shen deck. Is Fiora in standard? I actually don't even know. I don't think so, right? Yeah, no, she's not. Okay. Look at that. Oh no. Yeah, we already own all the cards. Very nice. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, puff caps. Interesting. Are we confident about that? We have some pretty good units here. I think I'll keep Screeching Dragon. That's just a very good card, I feel, against their deck. And I don't think our early units are actually all that good. We have too many 1-cost units. Or 1-health units, I should say, excuse me. Like if we go to Jarvan Shen, our Blightsteel Protector is 1 health, Kinka Student's 1 health. And Screeching Dragon just like kills both our champs pretty easily. Okay, this is again a little bit of an awkward draw when we already decided to keep our mid-range units. So not fantastic, kind of dead for a long time. But we'll see. Turn 3. Yeah, okay. Broadwing into Badger Bear pretty much fixed our curve as much as we could hope for. So now we can go after Teemo with Broadwing. Or if they somehow stop that, we can have Badger Bear to block. Like, my thought here is I want to threaten their Caitlyn or Puffcat Peddler. So I'm considering just ending the round here, since we have such an exceptional board state that if they end the round here, by the time our turn 5 comes around, we get Screeching Dragon on board too. It's just too late for them to catch up on board, hopefully. Because we're not a burn deck, right? Like, we don't need to push immediate damage. But 5 damage is still significant. And we could threaten a Teemo. But if they play a Mystic Shot, they can't play Caitlyn or Puffcat Peddler. So we'll see if they want to protect Teemo. Okay. Plus, even if they had a Puffcat Peddler or Caitlyn, now that they put this down to 2 HP, it couldn't kill Caitlyn. Yeah, we can't do much there, but we're only burning 1 mana, so it kind of works out alright. Double Sacred Protector and Jarvan. Triple 7-drop, and not the best draws. Plus the fact that it means we can't play we don't have any support units this turn, or this game yet, makes things a little awkward. Because now I can't attack into this. Ah, dang. Max, are you watching still? That's the first time I've seen Sump Monument played. Interesting. So in that case, I don't care about pushing 4 damage versus 1 damage, since they both plant the same amount of damage. So instead I'll try to offer the trades, because these will both plant 4 puff caps. And it clears the board for when we get our big units on board. I saw Sump Monument sweep some games earlier. Interesting. That buys them a ton of time, though. That's very interesting. Anything that we can play, because we have these 7 Japs in hand, would be good here. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Now we're looking pretty good. We can go Shen and play moral support this round to protect our Screeching Dragon from something like an Aftershock. I think our opponent's in trouble. I just don't know if the Sump Monument is going to carry them enough. Like, 'cause I just haven't seen it before. It could just literally carry the game for them and they just don't take any damage for the rest of the game. But on board, we're looking pretty nasty. I'll just open with the Sacred Protector probably onto our Screeching Dragon. Well, that's fine, because we can kill that with our 0-1 next turn. Okay, opponent. Because this is interesting, because now our units would hit twice, so they'd plant 8 puff caps if they hit twice. We have 2 good challenger units, 2 units with barrier. Our barrier units will have double attack. Like, we're looking alright. I hope we're looking alright. Once we get our attack off and our moral support's down to 2 mana, I'll feel much better. Because, like, right now, we would literally win the game with moral support, giving this guy double attack. But instead, they just take puff caps. I think I'll let this go. We have another Broadwing in hand anyways. I'm not going to waste my barrier. They have 52 puff caps, so we're the better puff cap deck. Okay, I'd like to draw my single combat. We have 3 copies. Or another Badger Bear. Okay. Now we just open attack. Hope we don't die. Because they can't play... Like, if they play again Ava... I don't even know if Ava's in standard. But the fact that we just don't have any of our... Wait a second. If we attack and give something barrier and lifesteal, will it even heal us the damage since it's not... It's not dealing damage to the Nexus, it's planting the puff caps? I wonder if it'll even heal us. Interesting. This is so weird. I don't even know what to do here. Like, I'm just going to attack. I'm going to guess it heals you. I hope it heals me. Because our opponent could just take the pass, right? And hope they don't hit more puff caps. But we'll have double attack on all our things, so we'll have like a billion puff caps. Okay, so like right now I'm going to try and hope that our Sacred Protector just heals us a ton here.
My father's flame.
Nature blesses her followers.
Dang, it doesn't. I guess that was a throw then. I could have played it on a unit that was hitting a unit. Like if I played it on Jarvan, we would have gained a lifesteal from that. Oopsies, that was a little bit of a punt. I'm just gonna try to push puff cap damage.
Nature blesses her followers.
Yeah, because it's not dealing damage. Damage this unit deals. Since it's not dealing damage, it's just planting puff caps. That's so weird. Alright, Jarvan's leveled. So we get our Cataclysms. Our opponent has 173 puff caps. There's no way they're winning this, right? Come on. I'd really like a single combat off the top. Oh my gosh. Yeah, surely they're dead, right? On upkeep. Oh! No! No! No, no, no! Surely their puff caps trigger before us. Surely. Heck yeah, dude. Let's go. Or is it just a draw? It is just a draw. Weird. Weird. That's hilarious. What a wild game. I don't even know, man. That's so funny. I guess those are Teemo games for you, huh? Wow. That was pretty funny. That Karina we had them, I thought for sure. They had almost 200 puff caps in their deck. What on earth? Oh, another puff cap deck. Okay. So Juwani Teemo. I don't know if we're looking fantastic in this matchup, but I'm excited to see how it plays out. Oof. Not our best curve.
Nothing like the great outdoors. Armed and ready. Feel this?
Alright, we needed something to do this turn. I imagine Kinku Student will die,
Two worlds, one
but I'd rather have something to play.
Eba lose control.
I love the artwork on this card. Ionia is such a pretty region. If they develop, I think I'll definitely play Badger Bear.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
I'll have what he's having.
Although that way, like, Broadwing doesn't necessarily have Challenger entering next turn. I think that's alright, because Badger Bear obviously just, like, stops the Teemo straight up. Plus we can use single combat if we're desperate. I'll play Broadwing. Scare him a little bit. Make him think I can trigger the Challenger as well. Don't even hesitate. Interesting.
We Yordles in uniform do like a wump.
In that case, I think I'm just going to pass. Because I still can't attack into the Badger Bear with Teemo. And we'll have barriers next round. And entering our following attack turn, we'll have Jarvan. Because I can't rip a single combat on Broadwing into Peddler if they have any Pump Spell or Mystic Shot. Kind of the same thing with Badger Bear. If I use a single combat there and they follow up with a Pink Spell, they can start swinging it with Teemo. That was a good draw. Call of the Mountain. I always think this card's from Foundations, but it's not. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Floop? How are you doing? We're playing some Shen Jarvan at the moment. We just finished playing some Misfortune Quinn. We're switching over decks just for the last few games of the stream. I think I'm pretty happy to pass here. Just enter next turn with single combat mana with Jarvan up since he's a little bit bigger with barrier. Nice, okay. Do I attack with this dude? I think so. I don't think I'm not particularly worried about this because Jarvan will give it barrier. And so like if they have like a Caustic River or something weird, I'm still okay with this dying at this point. I'll go after Teemo, Peddler, Jarvan. That seems good to me. That's a fun tempo play. Like that's the kind of Ionia gameplay I like. Obviously it's utilizing Jarvan, but you can just get that extra value on a not incredibly powerful unit, but just to get the extra barrier. Or like Kinku Wayfinder or the Ari recalls. I love Ionia decks like that. Because I enjoy control decks, but like Ionia Set isn't quite my control type. For any Magic players, it feels like Ionia Set leans more into the mono blue archetype. Whereas things like Ari Cannon are more like the, I don't even know, blue plus other colors. But I feel like there's a lot of interesting archetypes in Ionia that just haven't been good for a while. This is also kind of wild. They froze a lot of our things. Oh gosh, okay. I think our dragon stays alive. Okay. I think this is still worth it though. We still kill Teemo and the Puffcat Peddler. They're two key units. Our Jarvan won't die. Our Broadwing won't die. I think this is fine. Oh, he frostbit the Broadwing. No one tell him. I didn't even notice that. That's actually so funny. He harsh winded the... Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so funny. Because if he frostbite our dragon, our big dragon, frostbite with the Kinku? Or single combat with the Kinku? Oh, because that would have worked to put him in range to die to a Broadwing. Right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Oopsies. That's a good call. I totally didn't see that. Because I forgot even that the frostbite didn't work on our Petricite Broadwing.
Carved from the savage cold.
Screeching Dragon plus form up to keep Jarvan alive. I could have leveled up Jarvan and saved the dragon. Ah, Max! If only you had those emotes, you could have used one of the emote I made for when I throw away the game.
Born for conquest.
It was probably safer to just use the barrier this turn, but I don't think that's a problem. Yeah, that's rough, Max. I think your play you mentioned would have been literally game winning. Unfortunate. What if they have buried an ice? That'd be bad.
Observe, learn.
I don't think they would. What are they doing? Both going face? Why? What does that do? Why not save one in hand in case I have something like a single combat? Oh, because the first plunder... Right, okay, I forgot Sejuani wasn't leveled at the moment. I see. Yeah. The first Mystic Shot levels her, the second one triggers her. Would that even work? Because isn't the first time? Okay, so Sejuani flips. I guess that's pretty bad for us. But they had a lot of stuff there to make that work. They have to stop our Jarvan every round, and they just used 2 Mystic Shots, not on Jarvan.
What's theirs is ours.
Okay. Well, this Jarvan's pretty much our only route to victory at this point. We're looking a little rough.
Who goes there? An auspicious season.
Hmm. I think we just kind of die then, huh?
No quarter. These eyes see all.
I'd probably just burn. Do I burn a barrier here just to save 3 damage? Showing several Demacia decks on ladder? That's what I'm doing. I don't even know if it's worth it to save the damage here. I don't think the 3 damage is the break point at this point.
This would be a good winter.
I think we're dead. Leveling that Sejuani was so game changing. Brutal. Ugh. Another game where it was so close. Max, I can't believe I threw away that game with that. Missing the Jarvan level up. My goodness, that sucks. Gosh darn it. Rats! I hate that. I hate punting games like that.
Sound the retreat and prepare for tomorrow.
Alright, let's sneak in one more victory real quick. 2 back-to-back upsetting losses. That Teemo Puffcap deck and then the Teemo Sejuani deck. The first one was just funny. Or for the draw, I suppose. But then that last one was just a big misplay. Annie Jin. Okay. I do like these kind of matchups. This is fun. That one was easy to miss when you're trying to talk in chat and all. I only noticed it because it was showing the Teemo would still die. Yeah, good point, good point. This is definitely not a good hand against Annie Jin. Our curve feels a little expensive.
I have my orders.
Like, what are we running here? 3 Sigurd Protector, 1 Jarvan. Okay. I don't know if 3 Sigurd Protectors is necessary. Kinga student dies too easily to things like pirouette, so I'm just gonna take my attack. This also saves 2 damage instead of the overall attack. So I'm pretty happy to steal that little trade. Man, this deck just feels a little expensive. We've run into a lot of times where this is just like, we're desperate to play anything. Let's see what else has been played in the past here. In other Shen decks. Sorry for this. I don't know why the sound always cuts out when I go to another screen. Okay. Well, there we go. Something. Shen into Dragon into Jarvan. So it might be a little too late, but we have our catch-up mechanics now. I'll just use a single combat here. I just don't think Annie should level up in this matchup. I'm gonna kill her. Things like Riposte is interesting. You could go... What other units are we missing here? Sign-in's funny. I don't know. It feels a little pricey, but maybe there just aren't too many other units to fill the gaps. Like this other deck list I'm looking at is only running one Sacred Protector. But what are they adding? Oh, All-Seeing Oracle. Interesting.
The stage is set.
I think I just play Screeching Dragon here. Kinku Student plus single combat doesn't seem incredible. And if they have a stun, like the Pirouette, then maybe we start to take some serious damage. Okay. This is fine. Yeah, okay. Oh, interesting. Ooh, do they have to take the pass here? That'd be huge. Okay, well, I'm going to block. Because we have another Screeching Dragon in order to go after Jin. And if they just do this, then we can open attack with Shen Jarvan. Because this way, if we open with the develop, they have tons of stuns to save Jin. This I don't think they have many answers to. It makes it hard for them to use Disintegrate here. Perfect. Okay. The fact that we have single combat in hand, plus another challenger on board that can kill Jin, makes me think we might have recovered pretty well here. Okay, GG. Alright, that's probably going to be our last game for the night, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun tonight. It was a lot of fun getting to chat with everybody. Lots of people joining the chat after anti-raids. Anti, if you're still here, I really appreciate it. I'll have to check your stream next time. I'm going to put on notifications so I can grab your stream the next time you're on. But yeah, I don't know. Demacia, is it in the best spot in the meta? Maybe not, but I think there are reasons to play it. I like the Scouts deck. There are certainly some games where it was really close, where I feel if I made one or two different plays, we would have stolen a lot more wins. And Shen Jarvan, I don't know how would Shen Jarvan do against the Evelyn Husk decks, but there are a lot of other matchups where your challengers like Screeching Dragon, Broadwing, the Burst Speed Jarvan can kind of just dominate the matchup. So it felt pretty decent. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys have been playing any Demacia decks. I'll be back tomorrow night. I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you around.